Good morning, it's Doug from Vermont Hoyas, and welcome to my Hoya manipurensis forest. Late last summer, or probably midsummer, my miserable little Hoya manipurensis plant was pollinated somehow. I am completely clueless as to how it happened. It was in a grow tent. I ended up with 4 seed pods, and each one of those seed pods, I allowed them to mature. I got 4 seeds in each one, except a couple. I think I had 3, so I had a total of 14 seeds, which was a miracle because the plant was on its way out, and the only way it could save itself was to produce seeds. So I planted those seeds, and I got 100% germination. Planted them the very day they ruptured. So I patiently grew them out, and what you see here is my giant forest of those plants. These are the biggest manipurensis that I've ever been able to grow. The plant's never done particularly well for me. It's flowered a lot, and I think that's primarily because they were stressed and on their way out, but when they're actually growing well, they don't flower that well. These plants are growing incredibly well. They're still young. They're no more than 8-10 months old. I'm just really thrilled with the looks of these. I want to show you some. I'm growing these 2 different ways. I tried, since I had so many to play with, I grew them in different medias just to see how they would grow. They're growing very well in just pure sphagnum moss. I want to see if I can get this out. Look at the roots on that plant. You can see them coming out of that net pot. That's in just sphagnum moss, growing very well. Now, I think one of the mistakes I made with this plant in the past is I think I grew it too dry. These things here, they're always damp, always wet, and they seem to do better that way. Now, of all these plants, of the 14 plants, I have one that turned into a super unbelievable specimen. I want to show you this one here. You can just see that it's multi-branched, multi-stemmed. It came up with many different stems from the base. I have since transplanted it into a bigger pot. You can see that I just dropped the net pot right into the bigger pot with soil all around it because I didn't want to rip it out of its net pot and destroy those roots or hurt those roots and set the plant back. But look at that plant. It's just absolutely amazing. I never thought I would have manipurensis that would look so good. If you stick around to the end of this video, you're going to see photos of those little seed pods on my manipurensis. I've never heard of anyone else or seen it on the internet where anyone else has ever had this plant pollinated or talked about seeds. So I think this is some kind of a small miracle. Still don't know how they could possibly be pollinated unless it was a few fungus gnats. There's no insects in my tent, so I don't know. I also sprayed the plant heavily with a powerful mister every day, and possibly the water pressure maybe connected the pollinarium or something. I don't know. Not being a botanist, I don't have a clue. I have no idea how these plants were pollinated, but apparently it's a very rare event. So I just thought I would show all of these manipurensis plants off. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to keep all of those, and in the spring, summer, I'm going to sell most of them off on eBay and keep a couple for myself because I sure don't need 14 different manipurensis plants. Well, that's it, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to show you my manipurensis forest, and I'll be back really soon with another great Hoya. Thanks for watching.